Ever heard of Sports Metrics? It's a high science training program. Hundreds of local athletes have taken part. It's thanks to CHI Health Sports Medicine. They've got 18 trainers in 16 area high schools. Sports Metrics, only one component as we imagine better health. Ashley Hinze is the CHI Health Sports Medicine lead. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
18 trainers in 16 schools. You
Yes.
are doing a lot to help. Give us a few examples about how.
Well, we like to have athletic trainers out in the high schools because they provide, training coverage for practices, games, tournament coverage as well. And it's an extra benefit to the community to have us out there as athletic trainers.
It stood out to me and spoke volumes about how much you value those partnerships because of the cost that you cover associated with it. I mean, it was like 75% or more of, that's incredible.
Yes, CHI covers 75%, and so it's just a way for us to reach out to the community and give back.
Well, that affects the family's budgets. That's the bottom line there, that they don't have those same expenses because you're shouldering the majority of it.
Absolutely.
And which a lot of cases, right? We know care can get costly when you're running tests, especially after injuries, that sort of thing.
Right.
When students cross your path, you said it might be at tournaments, you said it might be at practices or games. So what are you doing exactly? It's not just reacting to injuries, but there's a lot of stuff that happens just improving their performance.
Right. There's a lot of preventative care as well. So we do sports metrics. We have sports nutrition programs that we help the athletes with as well. We have CPR certified individuals too that help with coaches and things of that nature.
What is Sports Metrics?
Sports Metrics is an ACL prevention program. So it's founded in Cincinnati Sports Medicine. And it's a 6-week program that we basically teach. It's founded around female athletes, but we teach females and males to jump better and land better with better technique.
Examples of fast track, that type of care. What does that look like? And then give me a success story if you would.
Sure. So we have athletic trainers out at the high schools. That's where they spend the majority of their day covering practices and games. And we also work with orthopedic physicians and primary care docs and physical therapists. So if an athlete gets hurt on the sidelines or at a football game or at a basketball game, the athletic trainer is the first point of care, and then we can refer them to a doctor if they need further treatment.
What you were saying there is instead of parents jumping online and trying to figure out what the next step looks like, the trainer's already made contact with that athlete. Right. They know who to call, and so they're able to get better faster.
Right, absolutely.
You've got an example of a local student athlete.
We do.
Where that worked well.
Yes, out at Millard West High School, we have 2 athletic trainers out there, and one of the girls was a great basketball athlete and softball athlete, and she had a knee injury. And so our athletic trainers took good care of her and then sent her to the orthopedic physician, and she was able to play in the state championship that next week. So it's pretty amazing.
Well, because had she missed that, what a bummer that you work you grow up playing a sport, you practice so hard, and then you miss out once you get to the sort of that top event.
Right.
And then if you have to skip it because of the injury.
Exactly.
It's so rewarding to be there. During the off season, because what we're discussing now is what happens when they're in the throes of the season.
Right.
What do they do and how do they interact with your professionals when they're not in their season? If it's football, maybe over the spring and summer.
Well, a lot of kids are specializing now, so sometimes they are playing that volleyball sport and then they don't have anything in the winter or the springtime, so they're doing off-season training or they're playing at the club level. But our athletic trainers still help off-season athletes as well. Their in-season athletes are number one, and so they make sure that they're taken care of getting back on that field or on that court, and then they can help with them as far as sports metrics or any types of summer conditioning programs.
So in some cases it might be about improving performance, right? If they want to work out and be smarter about it. But to me this is a lot about injury prevention. Did you grow up playing sports?
Yes, yes, in high school.
So what did you play?
I played volleyball, basketball, and soccer.
Oh, okay, just a few.
Yeah.
And I think about, I grew up dancing and had a couple of injuries, but how important it would have been to prevent some of those if you knew more about what you were doing when you were working out and had better technique, then you can stay in it longer.
Yes, absolutely. So we work a lot with our athletic trainers on those preventative programs.
What do you hear from parents about what you're up to at CHI Health?
Thank you. We hear that a lot. Thank you so much. And usually it doesn't happen until they have an athlete that's been hurt. They don't realize we have this special program out there, and that the athletes are actually, or the athletic trainers are actually CHI Health employees. So yes, it's a huge benefit to those parents, and they do appreciate it greatly.
I guess I sort of knew you were up to something, but I didn't realize how organized it was and how entrenched you were in the community with this.
Yeah.
And in terms of some of your clinics around, we know that you're all over the area. So do those athletes have access within those clinics too, whenever they need you?
Yes. If they have a primary care doc or an orthopedic physician that they already see, that's okay. We can go refer them back to their current provider. But if they don't, we have access to a whole blend of specialists that can help them.
Even something like physicals, which you need before the school year starts up.
We run about 900 athletes through physicals.
Oh.
So yes, we have registration appointments, which is great. So we have them very streamlined, and we offer those for $20 a summer.
$20.
Yes.
That's a great
You can't
deal.
beat that.
No, they're usually quite a bit more than that.
Correct.
If memory serves correctly.
Yes.
So saving parents money there, but then also again, I go back to shouldering 75% of the cost throughout this program, so that to get that high quality care, parents aren't, shouldering that, which is just a stressor. And then the kids get back into the game even faster. The number is 402-758-5071. The website there, if our viewers are just hearing about it the way we were when we were getting ready for this visit, they could go online and learn more.
They sure can, yes.
Ashley, I'm glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you
for
too.
being
Thank
here
you for
today.
having me.
It's a pleasure. Well, fresh, fast, fun.